Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is going to be a What a Week post. So forgive me in advance if I start yawning or y'all hear it in the background because it is raining. It is raining something terrible here. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who reached out to me and prayed for myself and my family due to the loss of my cousin. The funeral is going to be Saturday. I don't believe that I'm going to go. I don't believe I'm going to go. I don't think I'm going to be in the greatest of headspaces. And I'm already, in all seriousness, I'm sad and I'm depressed. And I have been for almost a week. And I'm just dealing with it in my own way. I'm not thinking of anything to do to harm myself, which I'm very happy about because that was always something that used to be at the forefront of my mind while growing up for the majority of my life. And I'm just glad that I'm in a place now where that is not even a thought that crosses my mind anymore. Um, Also, I want to thank my cousin who reached out to me and she blessed my PayPal account. And you know what I'm saying? I really, really, really do appreciate it. It was unexpected. And, I did not ever like tell her that this was a channel that I had. And for those of y'all who are newer here, I made a point to not tell any of my family members or any of my friends that I have a YouTube channel. Um, I actually was gonna make one. Well, people kept encouraging me to make one like 15 years ago when hair and nails were really, really popping. And I really would have made a splash back then because of all the stuff I used to do. But yeah, I was too nervous. And it got to a point that, in all honesty, when my relationship was in a downward spiral, if not worse, I finally was like, let me just get on here and talk to people about these shows because I don't be having nobody to talk to about them because most of my friends don't watch these shows, or if they do, they take so long to watch them that everything is over with. The moment has passed. I'm not trying to go back and talk about this now. I want to talk about it now while it just happened. So anyway, y'all, yeah, let me go ahead and get into what was going on. So, a lot of y'all probably saw my community post where I was talking about how I had to work a 12-hour day on Tuesday. Yeah, they tried me as soon as I walked in the door. So, I went and looked at the schedule to see if I was still in my department, and I was. So, I was happy about that because if I'm gonna work somewhere doing whatever, I would rather be just in my department working. But my eyes got diverted because the next shift schedule had so much highlighter on it. Now, having highlighter in places on the schedule indicates that there are people who volunteered to work and it's being confirmed that you got to work whatever length of time, or you were assigned to work. And that's a way to make sure that your eyes see it. So you can't say, well, I didn't know I had to work, or I didn't know that y'all were allowing me to work. But there was so much highlighter that I just couldn't help it. And I typically don't even look at it until it's like almost time for me to go. So I ended up looking. I see my name and I'm like, all right, now y'all trying me because my plan was, since Tuesdays are my Fridays, my plan was to simply get off, go run a couple of errands, and one of my errands I wasn't gonna be able to do it until 10 because that store does not open until 10 o'clock. And after that errand was done, I probably would have been at the house no later than 10:30. Well, I didn't have anybody who would have been able to cover me, so I had to work. Whatever. To add insult to injury, they were about to assign me to work on another shift on Wednesday. And I'm just like, why? Y'all already overhired. Y'all hired so many people that last week y'all had to tell people on all three shifts that they couldn't come in. This was messing up. I'm talking about these were people on all shifts who actually have been there longer And then y'all let all these new people work and all this other stuff. Cool. Everybody got to work. Everybody got to learn. But y'all doing the most. Y'all did the most last week. But now all of a sudden y'all ain't got enough people. And y'all making me stay over. They literally had me and 3 other people that do the same job that I do to stay over. And I was like, why y'all need 4 of us to stay over? That shift has the most amount of people on it, for one. 2, like I just said, y'all just hired so many people. There is an abundance of people. Why would y'all need us to stay over? Man, I was so tired in my spirit. So anyway, the person who, one of the people who created the schedule, she ended up coming upstairs because they want to try to make sure they remind you just in case, because they act like, when they really act like they're in dire need, they will be like, did you see the schedule? Or they will come up there and talk to you and be like, I'm sorry, but I had to draft you because I ain't had nobody else. You were at this number on the rotation list. So when she came to me, she looked at me. And before she could even say anything, I said, I already know. I saw it when I came in the door. So she started laughing. I was like, man, I'm so tired. I ain't get enough rest. My plan was to get off, run my errands, and go home and go to sleep. So then she added insult to injury by trying to tell me that they was going to have me work Wednesday. And I'm like, that's when I went off, because I was going to keep my comments to myself. But I was like, I don't understand. Why is it that I have to come in when y'all have so many people that have been hired? That ain't even making no sense. We already have too many people as it is that's here. And there was no reason to hire this many people. What is even going on? Y'all ain't got nowhere to put these folks. So she gave me the explanation. I really didn't care what the explanation was, because to me, it's stupid. So anyway, after everything was said and done, she fixed it so that I would not have to come in. Now, I mean, and then the thing is, they were going to need 2 people. So even though the other person is above me for right now, it was going to be him coming in, well, staying over, and I was going to have to come in. I'm like, y'all screwing me to the 10th degree now, because it's not that I got to come in and then work my shift or a couple of hours on my shift. Y'all want me to come in on a whole nother shift where I get paid the least amount of money on. No, y'all tried me. So she ended up fixing it where I ain't have to do that. And I was like, thank you, because I usually sleep most of the day on Wednesdays as of late. So anyway, when I stayed over on Tuesday to work my 12-hour shift, I ended up being paired up with someone who just finished his 90-day probationary period. He cool or whatever, but he's still really green, and he'll still ask myself and my partner if the paperwork that he has to fill out for his shift, is it okay? And you know, he is doing well in that regard. Y'all, they done did the most to the point where they had him training somebody else. I'm like, okay, y'all doing the most. And then tell me why the guy who was above me on the rotation list, he was like, what is going on over here? Because every time we looked up, we just kept seeing more people coming up there. And we was just like, what y'all need us for? When y'all got all these people up here. One dude broke his back. Child, at least 6 months ago. I don't know if it happened at work. I still don't have the clarification on that, but he broke his back and he can't do nothing now. But at this point, I'm like, he must have broke it at work, because he come in there and don't really do nothing except stand around. And I'm like, must be nice, because we have stuff we have to do. He's pretty much in the way. And he used to work. Like, that's the thing. He used to work well. He worked in the most hated department. And like, a supervisor came up there and he just talk, like, every time I see him, like when I'm leaving out, the supervisor, one of their supervisors will come up there, be talking to him, and I just be like, Lord, y'all be doing the least. I don't understand why he here. He don't even be doing nothing. Child. So anyway, they weren't able to try me for Wednesday. I'm grateful, because I needed my rest. I needed to be able to do what I was going to do. I actually did my hair. Y'all, I cut my hair. Y'all will see that once I take my hair down, but I ended up cutting my hair. I'm possibly going to be trying to see what that slight tapered look looks like, because all I did was big chop, and then I ended up inadvertently big chopping again, and now I've cut my hair yet again. I just want to play with my hair. I just want to do things. I'm not in awe of long hair and all that stuff anymore like I used to be. Everybody else just is. People were distraught. that I cut my hair. Every time I cut my hair, people really get in their feelings, and I'm like, I've had long hair for the majority of my life. I've never had an issue with growing my hair or having thick hair. So I know what my hair in its natural state looks like from when I was a child. I just don't know what it looks like for me as an adult using certain products, whether I would have to stretch it in various different ways in order to see the length. But it's okay. It's not that deep for me. Like, I really was in, like, y'all talking about scissor happy. That's kind of how I felt yesterday. I cut off 4 to 6 inches. Now, look, y'all. I can't show y'all because of what I did yesterday, but I had it stretched out and froed out. So this is what I did. I don't know why, but I did this, and I was like, oh, y'all, my fro went out to this. So I literally cut off 4 to 6 inches. I know I cut off 6 inches in certain places. Like, it's really short, kind of like it's short enough in the back. Right here on purpose is like really short, and not to the scalp, but short enough to where it's like maybe an inch right there, 2 inches in the back, 2 in the front, or whatever, or something like that. Maybe three at the most. I think maybe 3 up here, 2 right here, and 1 right here. We're gonna see what it look like once I take these down. I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm like, I had stuff I wanted to do. Like, between Sunday and Wednesday, I wanted to do my hair. What, I didn't know, but I didn't even know I was going to trim my hair. I've been wanting to do finger coils because I haven't done that in a while because my hair grew too long for me to do it, for it to look the way I want it to look. For me, on my head, I don't like finger coils that are over a certain length. I just don't. And it's not that they're not beautiful. I just don't like them. I live for them at a certain length. And so I ended up cutting my hair finally after just talking about it for months. And it is what it is. So I'm glad I was able to do that. I was able to run errands earlier. It felt good outside. And now it's raining. What else going on, y'all? That was about it. Because I had that's the crazy thing about it. I actually had an amazing week. And then they want to end it. That's how they do, though. A lot of the time, like, it would not, I'm not even gonna speak that it's into existence. I'm not saying that. Never mind. I ain't saying it. I'm not finna achieve it or believe it. So no. I'm not even finna say what I was gonna say, y'all. Anyway, my job has a way of trying me on certain days. And I'm hopeful that I don't get tried this week. That's what I'm gonna say. If you can pick up what I'm putting down without even halfway picking it up or putting it down or whatever, thank you. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to tell y'all about what happened as far as that went, because they've tried me as soon as I walked in the door. I'm talking about how y'all had this up already. Like, y'all ain't give nobody else the opportunity to say, okay, I'll work over or I'll come in. Don't went off. Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Please give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see y'all in the comments.